What's going on, y'all? Nick here, coming to you with another video. Alright, check this out, y'all. Have you ever been in a relationship and you know you effed up? So you and your partner broke up, and here you are trying to get your ex back. So you meet up with them and you're trying to repent, and your ex is just saying, I don't know if I want to be back with you because you never paid me any attention. You never listened to me. And you're just like, hold on. Hey, shorty, what's going on? And then here you are, when that phone conversation is over, you go into your ex and you're just like, what were you saying again? This is literally what we're dealing with here. All right, you guys. So we have the CEO of Anheuser-Busch, and here's his thoughts on the whole Bud Light boycott. If you like videos like this, please like, subscribe, comment down below. You already know what to do. But check this out, y'all.
For more than 2 decades, Bud Light was America's top-selling beer before being dethroned by Modelo back in May. Now, this came after a boycott of Bud Light and its parent company, Anheuser-Busch, by some consumers. The controversy, I know you've heard all about it, began after trans social media star, that's Dylan Mulvaney, posted a video on Instagram, this was in April, showing the company had sent her personalized Bud Light cans. It was all part of an online promotion. Anheuser-Busch then faced more backlash for its handling of the boycott. Still, the company says it remains the country's #1 brewer, with brands like Budweiser.
All right, check this out, y'all. Check this out. I want y'all to pay attention to the selection of beer here, all right? All these companies, make sure you boycott the hell out of them, all right? You don't want none of that man piss, that tranny piss. You don't want none of that, all right, you guys? Don't even consume this bullshit. I'm telling you guys, boycott the hell out of these companies. But check this out.
And many craft breweries under its umbrella. Anheuser-Busch U.S. CEO, that's Brendan Wentworth, we're happy to say, joins us at the table live and in color for an exclusive interview. Number one, we're glad to have you here.
Yeah,
Many people in your position, Mr. Wentworth, would be running for the hills at this point, because since April, you all have faced a lot of incoming. How and why did it go so off the rails? Because that certainly wasn't your intention when you did one can to one person.
Yeah, it's been a challenging few weeks.
All right. Do you hear how disingenuous this is? Is she saying you sent one can to one person? First of all, he sent a whole pack to Dylan Mulvaney. All right, so first of all, Dylan Mulvaney is a content creator, influencer. You're not going to send them not one damn can. Come on, you guys. You already know this is bullshit to begin with. And just check this guy out, man. This dude looks so damn soft. I mean, I already could tell the bullshit he about to say from a mile away.
And I think the conversation surrounding Bud Light has moved away from beer. And the conversation has become divisive. And Bud Light really doesn't belong there. Bud Light should be all about bringing people together. And there's been impact on the business, and I think that's publicly covered on Bud Light specifically.
Yeah, so what was your intention? Take us to the beginning. What was your intention? What were you all trying to do here? And you've done this before, these promotional campaigns.
Yeah, it was, just to be clear, it was a gift, and it was one can. But for us,
My gosh, again with this one can shit. I mean, yo, what the hell you sending one can to an influencer? But here's the thing, right? Because truth be told, they are literally trying to give this guy the alley hoop. He has the perfect opportunity to repent. Are you trying to get your girlfriend back? Are you trying to get your ex back? Yes or no? So you better say the right thing, man.
As we look to kind of the future and we look to moving forward, we have to understand the impact that it's had. And like I said, that impact has taken place. But it's the impact on our employees, the impact on our consumers, and as well, the impact on our partners. And I think one thing that I'd love to make extremely clear is that impact is my responsibility. And as the CEO,
no shit.
Everything we do here, I'm accountable for.
Given the moment we're in, this moment in America with trans issues at the top of a Republican social or conservative political agenda, knowing what you know now, if you could go back, would you send this can to this one person again?
There's a big social conversation.
What the? Man, what is up with liberals? Whenever you ask them very clear-cut questions, it's a yes or no question. And they got all this rhetoric, all this talk. My dude, it's a yes or no. Do you regret doing what you did? Hell yes. If I was this dude, I would have just said, hell yes, I regret it. I am down with these shit eaters. I mean, look, I know you guys understand where I'm coming from. I mean, am I tripping? Or is this dude just literally, you can already tell he's trying to beat around the bush? Dude, just say yes.
Taking place right now, and big brands are right in the middle of it. And it's not just our industry or Bud Light. It's happening in retail. It's happening in fast food. And so for us, what we need to understand is, deeply understand and appreciate, is the consumer and what they want, what they care about, and what they expect from big brands.
So this is a part of why you're getting it from all sides, because I asked you, would you do it again? And people on the trans rights side of things, supporting that community, want you to say yes, of course. We want that fortitude. And people on the right would criticize you for saying yes. So where are you on the issue? I mean, was this a mistake?
You know, Bud Light has supported LGBTQ since 1998. So that's 25 years. And as we've said from the beginning, we'll continue to support the communities and organizations that we've supported for decades. Mm-hmm. But as we move forward, we want to focus on what we do best, which is brewing great beer for everyone, listening to our consumers, being humble and listening to them, making sure that we do right by our employees, take care and support our partners, and ultimately make an impact in the communities that we serve.
You see, this is the problem, right? This is a sincere problem. Again, right? No, this is why I came up with the analogy in the beginning. Because here you are, you claiming that you want to be back with your ex, but here you are picking up the phone and you're still calling this other chick shorty, right? And it's the same thing here. I mean, if he really was trying to recoup the money that he lost by his true fans, because he could talk all day about he been supporting LGBT since 1998. He could claim that. But let's be real. When you think of Bud Light, we know who that demographic was. It was men, hard-working men that got their hands dirty. I mean, these were the dudes that you were catering to. When you had all the Bud Light commercials and you had the what's that and all that stuff. I mean, it was clearly for a man's drink. At least it was supposed to be. And now all this talk about, we were supporting all people and we just want to focus on the beer. You see, this is what I'm saying. He does not actually wish to recoup the money that he lost. He does not actually wish to make amends with the American people at large, because he's here catering to this one small group of people. I mean, and it's clear. This is why I say he probably is gay. I mean, you could just look at him. He looks soft, but he probably doesn't want to openly admit that he made a mistake, because he still has an alliance with the LGBT. So again, this is why I'm saying, you guys just know what you're dealing with. Boycott the hell out of these drinks.
So you did point out that Anheuser-Busch has in the past supported the queer community. In fact, you had these cans in 2019 that were...
That dude's head is hella bald. Look at this guy.
Has in the past supported the queer community. In fact, you had these cans in 2019 that were rainbow bottles that were sold in stores all across the country. But the political arm of Anheuser-Busch has donated to anti-LGBTQ plus politicians. So where do you stand, and where does the company stand on queer rights?
You know, we support politicians that support our business. And when we say that, we talk about things like things that work for the industry, allow us to grow the business, allow us to employ more people, and really help drive the economy.
You said at one point I heard you say, we're listening, we hear you. What did you hear, and how has it affected your employees? I'm curious about how they're feeling and how they're dealing with all of this.
Our employees, we have 65,000. If you look at the 18,000 Anheuser-Busch employees, and you look at the 47,000 Anheuser-Busch wholesaler employees, and they're full of pride and they're full of commitment. And so it's really a privilege, and it's humbling to have the opportunity to lead the organization. When you say listening, I've been out to many of the impacted markets. My team has been out to many of the impacted markets. And over the last month, we've talked to over 100,000 consumers. And their feedback is very clear.
What is it?
The feedback is to reinforce what Bud Light has always meant to them, which is good times, goodwill, and easy enjoyment. And
Man, good time, goodwill. I mean, you see what I'm telling you? Hey, I feel like you're not really listening to me. I feel like you didn't pay me any attention. Oh, hold on. Hey, shorty, what's that? Am I making this up? Am I adding jelly? Or is this not what he literally said? He said he's listening to the feedback. I mean, all the millions of dollars that you're already losing. Is that not feedback enough that clearly you actually made a mistake, that you are not listening to your ex, the American people? You're not listening to the people. And here you are, you're going to try to ramble on and on, claiming that you're listening to them, but everybody can smell the BS from a mile away. And it's actually quite sad because here's the thing, right? Because I don't know if you picked up on the term that they used earlier. They were saying that, anti-LGBT. It has nothing to do with people being anti-LGBT. It never had anything to do with that. You see, again, a gay man, lesbian, a transgender, whatever the case may be, they could do whatever they want. If they were walking down the street right now, I guarantee you, majority of people, even people who consider themselves conservative, I guarantee you, they would have no problems with them. I mean, they may talk about these people behind their back, but I mean, who doesn't do that? I mean, we talk about straight people behind their back. We talk about all types of people behind their back. I mean, gossip is a thing, right? So I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying that people do it. So, I mean, it is what it is. But this has nothing to do with conservative issues or liberal issues, which I also include that if you really, even liberal people, I almost guarantee you a rational liberal person probably is not down with all this stuff. Because again, it's one thing if you want people to have equal rights. Okay, cool. I'm all for it. Equal opportunities for, equal pay. Sure, I'm all for it. But when you get to a point where you got men shaking their ass in front of your children, waving their ball sacks in front of your children, I mean, eventually it's like enough is enough. You get what I'm saying? So this has nothing to do with any of the stuff that they're talking about, LGBT. No, this is actually a family issue. This is actually a moral issue, an ethical issue. I mean, is it morally right to try to indoctrinate children at such a young age about sex and gender and all this other stuff that, truth be told, majority of us, when we were going to school, we was not learning this stuff. It didn't matter. All that mattered was math, English, social studies. That's it. We didn't really care about all this gender studies and all this stuff. It wasn't a thing. So they what it is that they're pushing the envelope. And now they're getting mad because people are finally fighting back. And if anybody knows about gays against groomers, you got people even within the LGBT community itself that's like, nah, enough is enough. We're not down with all this indoctrination. So again, you guys, this is extremely disingenuous, but let's see what this guy has to say.
we have that all packed inside of our summer campaign that we launched last week. We're in the middle of the NFL. I know Nate's not here, but we're in the middle of our NFL campaign that'll be out in a few weeks. It's right there. And I think the fact remains that millions and millions of consumers enjoy Bud Light each and every day.
But
and
they're
they do
still mad, though, Brendan, because the sales have dropped. How are you handling that?
Right.
I mean, as CEO, I want to know what this was been like for you when you've had so much vitriol on all sides. Your sales are dropping. People, we have people firing guns at Bud Light cans. I mean, it's just gotten really off the chain, crazy.
Yeah.
So how are you grappling with that, handling that?
I think it's the impact, honestly, on the employees that weighs most on me. But again, as I mentioned, seeing the pride and the commitment that they have working on behalf of a 165-plus-year-old American institution is what gives us energy as we look to move forward and focus on what we do best.
Yeah, it's so much bigger than a business story.
It is so much bigger than a business story. And I know this new campaign, this new ad campaign is going to focus on the people behind the beer.
So in other words, the people, the employees are full of pride. So what, you have a whole bunch of homosexuals just running around in the organization? I mean, that's what it sounds like. It sounds, this is literally bad business practice, right? I mean, to the zenith. This is bad business practice to the zenith. And why am I saying that? Because anybody that knows anything about business, this is business 101. The customer comes first. The customer comes first. I mean, have not anybody heard this? Has anybody not ever heard this? Is this new? No, it's not. No, it's not. The customer comes first. It was never the employee comes first. But you see, here's the thing. They got to try to switch it because now that's what essentially it is. Forget the American people. Forget the American people at large. Let's focus on the few minority, which is this LGBT group, and let's focus on the employees. Let's focus on the employees because they're full of pride and commitment. I mean, that's cold. That's cold. I mean, Pride Month, they full of pride. And if anybody knows the Bible, I mean, there's not one single verse where pride is ever mentioned in a positive way. So they telling you a lot. I mean, the Bible even goes as far as to say pride is the beginning of all sin. Whoa. Hey, I'm telling you guys, this is cold. They letting you know where they stand. You know, all this talk about anti-LGBT. Ask them, are they anti-Jesus? Ask them if they're anti-Jesus. Because I guarantee you they're going to say it with the quickness. Yup. You see, this is what I'm saying. This is why I can't take any of these guys seriously. Anyway, guys, I'm done with this dude. It's clear he does not want his ex back. That's very clear to me. So he done moved on with his new shorty. Hey, let him do what he got to do. But his money is being affected. So let's see how long this lasts. Anyway, guys, if you like videos like this, please like, subscribe, comment down below. And with that being said, Nick over and out. The message sent. Jesus is king, y'all.